Hello everyone, my name's FlareBlitzed and welcome to Tale Chasing. Chasing tales, whichever it may be. This is a Yuri horror comedy visual novel, which was made by the same people that also made the demo of Selena Poptosis, but also as well, there's going to be probably some censoring involved, not like anything 18 plus, but just so much skin from the previews. Anyways, let's start with this endeavour. Wonderful endeavour, mind you. Let's see. Disclaimer. This visual novel contains fast flashing lights and images that can trigger a seizure for people with photosensitive epilepsy. If you experience lightheadedness, altered vision, twitching, disorientation, confusion, or momentary loss of awareness, please immediately stop playing and consult a doctor. But also as well, if you're reading this with any of these kind of symptoms, then stop watching this video right now. This product is a work of fiction. The story, all names, characters, and events portrayed in this visual novel are fictitious. No identification with actual persons, living or deceased, places, buildings, and products is intended or should be inferred. So if you walk away from this and feel like that you've been targeted in some ways, please don't. All characters are 18 years old or older. This visual novel contains disturbing horror scenes that may be unfit for children, easy to disturb, reader discretion advised, but it also contains wholesomeness in some ways because this is a Yuri comedy. Let us go. Enable timed choices. Yes, why not? Let's see what we've got on here. Now you're watching this. Hello. Creak! The old floorboards are creaking over my head. Someone's walking in the attic. Yes, this house is possessed for some odd reason, and that's where the horror comes into play. Like, what's it? Save, load, settings. And I imagine that is to skip any time we've already read some text, and in this case we haven't. The thing is, there's nobody in your house but me. Exactly. Hi. Would you just stop for one moment and reconsider what you're doing a week ago? Okay, we're going through a phase of time already. And oh, hi. The last box. Oh. It is packed with stones or something? Is it packed with stones or something? My bad. They say the night is darkest just before the dawn, and the last box you carry when you move in is the heaviest one. Not sure about the night part, but dragging another box in the hallway, I try my best to remember if I packed a couple of concrete slabs in there or not. Whew. Come on, you're a big, strong, independent girl who don't need no man to help you out. My luggage arrived before I did. That's the thing with like societies, that people always think that women are fragile things that always need protecting. No, there's just as many women out there that are tough like men out there. For goodness sakes, the movers didn't bother waiting for me and simply formed a small whatever that is with my belongings on the porch. I've never seen that word in my life, so please don't hound me for not pronouncing it at all. Oh well, at least nobody snatched them. Exactly. Sometimes you hear horror stories about removal companies or moving companies that either damage your goods or steal your goods. Oh well, at least nobody snatched them. I wonder if anyone lives around here at all. There might be. And, that's too much drama. Cheer up, June. It's like we're in the middle of nowhere. Okay, let's move on. Lost and forgotten by the rest of the world. To keep my sudden whining seizure at bay, I drop the box on the floor and immediately start sneezing. Bad move. Would it be ironic if I start sneezing myself, but not intentionally? Damn, just how much dust is there? A lot to fill up an entire vacuum cleaner 10 times. Chew. Oh, these impressions are so cute. Actually, no, I don't want to know that. The dust flutters in the air like plastic snow in a glass globe, forming small swells in the corners, and it seems to be the only insulation material in this house. Guess I'll be able to make a happy little dust snowman if I give it a try, or should I call it a dust man? I prefer dust snowman. Ew. Not that I was short in real snow around here. Exactly. It's beautiful out here. It always is so gorgeous out here, actually. Hey, I'm good. I'm taking this scenery just as it comes along because it's so beautiful. Like the imagery of snow is just beautiful. You just don't want to go out in it. That's all. It's spring already, but the townscape is still covered with a thick blanket of snow. And it's not thick with 2 C's, by the way. And it looks like it has no plans on melting anytime soon. Sure, my auntie had warned me it'll be fresh in these parts. But I had no idea it was fresh as in fresh frozen. What kind of fresh were you thinking of then? On my way here, I got a distinct feeling I was stuck in a computer game. Yeah, that's ironic. With textures constantly failing to load. Well, not like I had any other options. But I am in a video game after all. Maybe it gets better downtown. What do you think would happen? How far away is downtown, by the way? If it's not that far away, then you can guess that it's the same kind of weather as it is over there as it is here. Not that I'm eager to find out in person. At least not today. Come on, you got all that hair. The way here got me worn out, and all these boxes won't unpack themselves. Would be great if they did, though. I look around the shabby hall crowded with the endless boxes. And, oh my gosh, I get a feeling they've multiplied while I wasn't looking. Like bacteria. I mean, it's not like I could move a whole damn pile with my only 2 hands, right? And I feel like these boxes would be very good for sensory material. I really tried my best to focus on the positive lately. And I mostly did good until this very moment. It's just like a click in my head. I suddenly realised how tired I am. It's not the long way I've made, but rather everything that happened to me recently. My legs gave out. I sat down on one of the boxes and stared at nothing with empty eyes. For while I sit without moving, but I don't feel any better, more like I'm drowning deeper and deeper in one of those blurry snowdrifts I've seen along the road. Still, something changes. Not sure what it is, but through the sudden tide of fatigue I feel a hint of anxiety building up. Come on, when's the horror going to come into play in this past tense, presence, whatever you want to call it? It's currently the present for us. It grows stronger with each passing moment, and gradually clogs my mind entirely. This primitive feeling snaps me back to reality. I jump to my feet. What's the matter with me? Come on, June. I give myself a little slap on the cheek. But the strange feeling doesn't go away. Where is it coming from? I don't know, but I think I should save if the game's prompting me to do so. Maybe I accidentally clicked on a button which allows me to save. I don't know, I try listening to my feelings and soon figure out it's a room that gives me those strange vibes. The very room I was looking at this whole time, just as I was thinking of it, a nasty tight lump emerges in my throat. I try hard to swallow it somehow. I don't know what kind of accent I was doing there. I take a closer look around and suddenly shiver. What is up? It's a foot. My God, there's a foot there. Right in the middle of the room, on the floor covered with a thick layer of dust, there's a lonely footprint. That's not scary or mysterious or ominous whatsoever. Quite a small one, but it doesn't make it any better exactly if there's another presence here. How did it get in here? Really though, how? We shall, firstly, we will make a save. Yes, we will override the lovely, cute June CG there. Take a closer look. Because why not? I carefully get closer to look around. No more footprints. Just a single print of a bare foot in the dust that was gathering here for years. Or should I say decades? Or perhaps even centuries. How long do spirit foxes live for? My aunt mentioned she inherited this house from a distant uncle's grandfather or something. I probably leaned too low. My nose itches and then the whole house shakes with the loudest "Pooh!" The delusion falls apart. I even feel energetic enough to clean up a bit. Of course I'll be able to fight all this mighty dirt in one go, but gotta start somewhere. But you're removing the only evidence that a fox spirit kind of thing was in here. I'm not saying that there's going to be a fox in this game. Question mark. While rubbing the floor, I naturally come up with a simple explanation. This house sits in the outskirts, of course, but it's not the only one here. I'm positive I saw a couple of houses nearby, so perhaps my neighbours have a very special sense of humour? Possibly. Maybe. Maybe not. Who knows? If it really is a prank, that leaves lots of questions. But anyway, I'd rather have this than a ghostly apparition of a one-legged midget prowling the house. I mean, rumours go around quickly in small towns, so yeah, because there's less people for it to reach. So the proportion population, or the proportion percentage of the population would already know, as it goes up more and more than it would in a city where there's more people to tell the rumours to, and therefore it takes much longer for the rumour to go about. Anyway, so let's move on. I freeze, stunned with a jarring thought, but immediately push it away. No one here knows anything about me, exactly. They can't know. They can't know that I... Okay, anyways, let's move on. They can't know. My old life belongs to the past, to the city that I left behind. Here I will start with a clean slate, and no one-legged midget ghost will ever stop me. Exactly. No ghost will ever stop you. And layers of pristine dirt, both majestic and vast, finally gave in under my attack. I barely keep standing on my feet, but the result is worth it. Naturally, there's nothing even vaguely edible in this house, but at least there's a heating... Edible? At least there's a heating system. I even managed to turn it on, so when I curl up on the couch with a manga book... Ah, that's what I was trying to say. Nobody can know about my secret love for mangas, anime, and stuff similar on like that, but it shall not be named. I'm talking about June, by the way, not myself. I was dreaming of this moment all day long, but now I'm too tired to follow the story. Images blur before my eyes. I'm falling asleep. On the sofa at night, I wake up a couple of times feeling someone is watching me from the darkness. Sorry, the dankness. And... morning greets me with bright white light shining in my face. I'd honestly prefer coffee in bed, but this works too, I guess. The same white light fills the entire room. Apparently I forgot to draw the curtains in the evening. This fierce illumination makes the scene painfully real. At least it's not summertime, because then you would wake up even earlier because of the early sunlight. Anyways, let's move on. I start recollecting the details. An army of boxes in the hallway, lines of hurtfully empty cupboards in the kitchen, and an odd footprint I found yesterday in this very room. And also that weird dream, I guess? What dream? Or was it more like an actual feeling? No idea what it actually was, but thinking of this, I suddenly get cold under 3 blankets. Wait a sec. 3 blankets? Yeah, who put the blankets on me? I'll set the blankets in question. Sewn from colourful scraps, each of them is vaguely reminiscent of Frankenstein's monster. Well, at least they are warm and doesn't seem to have too much dust on them. But when did I manage to get them? We couldn't possibly sleepwalk to get these blankets, so somebody must have put them over me. Some kind of fox spirit kind of thing. I'm sure I got truly exhausted after cleaning the house yesterday evening. I wasn't even planning to fall asleep here, just lie down to relax for a moment. Still, my clothes are neatly folded and stacked flat, lying by the couch. Now, does it mean I'm... Oh. I see. Anyways. Who did this to me? And over here was reading my manga. I wasn't this far in. Yeah, right. Oof. Like, I'm not only talking to myself, but also sleepwalking. And even sleeping sleep undressing. Now, that is a combination. I'm pretty sure whatever kind of weird things you think of, like what is an odd combination or what is odd to do, there's somebody out there that can figure something that's even odd or weird or strange. What was that? What does that say? I mean, if I'm that active in my sleep, I could at least draw the curtains. Nah, that's too easy. What is all that even? A nice start in a new place, eh? I do hope my neighbours haven't seen anything they weren't supposed to see. Exactly. At this very moment, I hear a muffled but distinct plop. Nothing to do with me, by the way. But my neighbours would be jealous to see my assets. And I turn my head about trying to locate the source of the noise, but only managed to catch a small glimpse of something outside the window. Hey! Hey, stop right there! Someone was peeking at me, staring right through the bare window glass. My righteous anger has no limits. Because you have the word righteous in there, that makes it good. I wrestle out of the blankets, about to rush after the culprit, but out in cold, my let's say enthusiasm cools down real quick. It's freezing here. We need some heating. Considering the temperature overboard, I'm no longer surprised with the miraculous manifestation of all those blankets. At this point, I probably could have dragged a bear out of the woods without regaining consciousness just to have something warm and fluffy around. Come to think of it, bears are creepy. I wonder if there are any around here. This house sits at the very edge of the forest after all, and chances are this could have been. No, that silhouette outside of the window was clearly human. I think I've seen a flash of a bright colour. Red, I guess? My unwanted guess is probably wearing a striking look. Well, this means it should be easy to track them down. That's a very, very confident look you got on there, but also borderline creepy. Makes you sound like a stalker. But first I should probably wear some pants. Exactly. We don't want to go out there and make all the neighbours jealous of your pristine. Anyways, parting with a warm couch is frustrating, but there's nothing edible in the kitchen and I have to get outside either way in order to get stuff for me to be able to consume. I could also use this chance to meet my neighbour's wild bean dress. I mean, maybe their children picked this house as a playground. They could have got here while the house was abandoned. I could let this slide, but staring into my windows won't do at all. If I was into unwanted attention from randos, I might as well have stayed back home. I'd rather not think of this. Think through all this. The heating system managed to shut down at night. No wonder I woke up in a freezing chamber. I fight the urge to start it again. It's probably safer to leave it be for now. Get somebody around here to maintain it or fix it. I'd rather get back to a cold house and a hot pile of embers. Preach. I get ready and run out of the front door as fast as I can, because if you're too cold, you can put something on, but if you're too hot and you got no more layers to take off, you're stuffed. In more ways than one. Stuffed, oven ready. Which is probably too fast. Too fast, too thick, too snow. Ouch. The ground meets my butt with such a passion as they were meant to be together all along. I feel upset, cold, and progressively more wet with each passing moment. All those innocent-looking puddles I noticed on my way to the house yesterday turned into wrecked ice traps overnight. Seems I have the free pass to my personal ice rink now. How generous. Due to many a happy coincidence and plenty of exceptional agility, I managed to survive in my own backyard and my own backside. Right. The air is white with snow falling from the cloudy sky, but among the snowdrifts there's still a clearly visible furrow with a chain of holes in it. Those are definitely footprints. Aha! Got you, blank! But blank was probably running away, so the trail is fairly smudged. Nevertheless, I can tell they have small feet. Could this be a midget again? No! Stop assuming that everyone's a midget! Maybe June's just abysmally tall. Well, at least this one has 2 legs. Whatever the details, I am drenched and angry enough to deliver justice, even to the midgets. What have midgets done to you? They're people at the end of the day. They deserve just as many rights as people who aren't midgets. Stop treating them more lowly. I'm not trying to make any kind of assumptions about heights, by the way. To my surprise, the tracks don't lead to any of the small houses nearby, which apparently means someone took a long journey specifically to admire my undies without permission. How do they even know I will be undressed? My head immediately gets crowded with crazy theories, but I gather my mental strength to kick them out. I have too many worries already. Those tracks clearly led me to the more civilized part of the town, I guess. To a part where you're more likely to find a shop than a bear anyways. I prefer the former rather than latter, shop over bear. However, I decided to stray a bit to pay a visit to my neighbours. If there are blankets prowling around or bears or bear-verts. Now, where that even came from. Bear-verts. Oh dear, bears are that. Well, if there's anything weird about it, I guess the neighbours should know something. I mean, it's not a nice word, but it's not a rude word, so I guess I could say perverts. Hopefully. It could be your future waifu for all we know. But then again, in the game, all waifus are stuff that's on like mangas in games. Although I really don't want to admit it, the houses nearby look quite bleak. Imagine if, let's say, if there is a fictional reality where there is a manga or a game that includes a manga of a person reading a manga, of that person reading a manga, and that person reading a manga. Mangaception, I'm going to call it. And I thought my house was a wreck, or video game inception. Blackened wood, sagging wood window frames with frosted, cloudy, dark glass. I get such an urge to look inside, but my good man has strongly advised not to. Yeah, just knock on the door. Yep, the man has definitely. I wander between the buildings for a while. Nothing happens, and I learn there are seemingly no other tracks here save for my own. I knock on every door, but the only response I get is some snow falling off the roof. Either no one is home, or I seem to be living here all by myself. What is it with all these places? And why are we looking on roofs as well, alone? What is going on? I honestly have no idea how I should feel about this. Seems like I won't have to chase any brash kiddos out of my kitchen, but there leaves large room for other questions. I take a couple of deep breaths. Nibbing cold air quickly brings me back to reality and more pressing issues. I can jump to all the terrible conclusions later, but freezing to death before lunch would be too upsetting. To the convenience store I go, and not a moment later. Exactly. Time to stock up on food and cleaning supplies, stuff like that. Snowfall gradually covers the evidence, but I managed to follow the footprint trail for some time. Just as I thought the footprints becomes too subtle to notice on the trampled snow. And then, as the snow coat on the road thins out, I completely lose track of them. Oh yeah? Think you managed to get away, you fool? Really? I will make you understand the value of privacy. Well, I'm not gonna lie, but you're kind of doing the same thing as they were to you. Like, stalking on a stalker that stalked you doesn't necessarily mean that you're not a stalker in your own ways. Well, at least the store is just up ahead. To my relief, it looks very ordinary. I'd say I've seen its twin right across the road from the apartment I used to rent back in the city. All these spy games left me in little time to actually get ready for going anywhere public. And what do you do for a job or hobby, dear June? I rummage through my purse to check on my current financial situation and figure out what lifestyle I could currently afford. Of course, I'm pretty clueless about local prices. I do have some savings, but how far will that take me? And where could I possibly earn more in these backwoods? Guess I'll think about it tomorrow. You always say that to yourself. Oh, I'll think about it tomorrow. You'll think about it tomorrow. Well, yes, you said you'd do it tomorrow yesterday. You said you'll think about doing it tomorrow yesterday. And now that tomorrow's come, you now say to yourself you're going to do it tomorrow again. Or the day after tomorrow. Or even better, the next week. Yes. I should probably have enough money for a week, right? You say that. I pushed the combine door so enthusiastically as if it was directly responsible for my personal economic crisis. The sound of the doorbell was so desperate I can't help but imagine it falling off and hitting me right in the head. Probably just to hammer some common sense into it. And, sorry. The lady at the cash desk looks a bit surprised by my dramatic entry. Still, she gives me a friendly nod and gets back to her business. Well, not the... Will you get your mind out of the gutter, for goodness sakes? I'd say she's more invested in her small tablet producing faint yet recognizable mumbling. Some kind of drama, I guess. Wait, that means... the internet. I still vegetate in a frozen wasteland, but at least it's blessed with the internet. Exactly. Which means a lot of access to... Okay, let's move on. I wipe the snow off my feet on a mat at the entrance, getting myself a shopping basket and hurry onwards. Whew. Come on, June. Pull yourself together. Just act natural. The more you say that, the more unnatural you do act. Don't draw attention. The more you do that, the more attention you draw to yourself. And stop talking to yourself in public. You're doing that again. At the entrance behind me, the bell rings again. Another customer. Seems to be pretty lively here. That's great and all, but I don't feel ready to make new acquaintances just yet. I thought you was going around neighbourhoods to meet new people. Instead, I decided to focus on my mission at hand and proceed further into the store, trying not to draw anyone's attention. The shop hall is just as soothingly ordinary as the exterior suggested. I finally calmed down enough to start scanning the shelves for munchies. And, well, it's not half as bad as I thought. That's what we call being prejudiced, giving something a status before you even get to know it. The variety of goods here is nothing to write about, but the prices definitely know the right way to rub me. If I won't start binge buying everything thoughtlessly, I think I might be able to keep myself going for a month or so. And later on, well, a month is a month, something should turn up. That's just how it goes, right? No, that's not how it goes. You need to get yourself out there, June. Anyways, what was I? The noodles, right. Now, that's a staple food if I ever saw one. I was like I could use a staple or two in my life, yeah, to hold you up. Think of the noodles. Don't think of money, eerie houses, hideous midgets, that girl across the room who's staring at you. It's like that meme. Don't think about the money, eerie houses, hideous midgets, that girl across the room who's staring at you right now. Wait, the girl across the room who's staring at me right now? Why do I keep getting to save? Like, I'm not pressing anything to get... Maybe shift is save? No. What am I pressing to make it go to save? What now? Who is staring at me? The girl is standing a few shelves away from me, but she definitely has the red aura that we was thinking about earlier. How does she manage to get this close without me noticing? Or maybe she's just going about her business and I'm imagining things. I decided to keep an eye on her for a while, doing my best to stay chill, try casually moving around the store. The girl seems to stay all chill and casual too. The route she picks makes me think she's chilling around me. Now I'm pretty sure that she is in fact watching me. She is glaring at me with those huge eyes of hers, probably thinking I can't see it. I lean lower, trying to become one with a shelf full of cereals. You can't pursue me if I'm a cereal bar. I guess you would, actually. The girl does exactly the same thing, meditating over a pile of boxed napkins. Okay. I'll make a tactical move and blitzkrieg myself over to the dairy fridges. Now I can perfectly see a reflection in the glass door. And a petite girl with long dark hair, well dressed, and that red coat! I can't help but look straight at the girl. She quickly turns away. I notice a snow blob sitting on the back of her coat. Now that I think of it, there was a small weird snowbank under my window. Guess I'm not the only one here who ended up with snow behind their collar this morning. Wait, does that mean... Is she the midget I was freaking about? And she's no midget! I didn't even think it might be a girl. That's why the footprints were that small. But why? How? For what purpose? I mean, it's not like she... Before it takes my breath away, she couldn't possibly know about me. Or could she? But place has internet after all. Could you be one of those people willing to grind me to dust? Or a crazy fan? I can't even decide what's the worst option. Invading my personal space is something people like that would do. Maybe she already helped herself into the house to rummage through my stuff while I was on the neighbourhood tour. That's a code red situation here. A code red situation. Nah, I knew I was going to resort to that when it says code red and then coat red. I need a plan right about now. No, I'm not going to be rude. We're going to talk. We're going to discuss. We're going to be nice. Okay, so I know where this is going. I'd even say I know it too well. Just let them feel your fear for a moment and the next moment you're done for. And as far as I know, I've run out of kind aunts and with vacant houses. I must take this bull by the horns before we end up in my... I go straight to the girl. She gets what's surprisingly quick and tries to flee by act fast. The spy games are over. Hey, red coat, stop right there. You talking to me? Yep, you got it. I won't beat around the bush. You are staring at me and I want to know why. Staring? Me? What nonsense. I was examining the list of ingredients here, that's it. Oh, The list of ingredients, you say? On toilet paper? Any interesting finds so far? That's... well, yes. What about it? It's none of your business, actually. That's what I thought when I saw you right at my window this morning. What? Stop playing that in innocent land. You know exactly what I mean. You pervert. Excuse me? Do you even know who you're talking to? Let's see. Am I talking to someone who has a license for voyeurism? No. Or is it someone who picks my backyard as a natural habit? Maybe you're a garden gnome. Still no. Now that's petty. I am Fukuyama Rin, the eldest daughter of the old and venerable Fukuyama clan. Oh dear, somebody who goes about and talks about their last name as if it's supposed to give them some kind of prestigious status. My family's been taking care of the well-being of this town for centuries, and now you are staring at the windows of innocent girls, taking all the advantage you can get from your position? You don't think you can just get away with it, do you? I told you I wasn't staring anywhere. Leave me alone, pervert. As told by Tyke. We exchange annihilating glances. Fukuyama Rin, the eldest daughter of the old and venerable clan, hurls a bundle of toilet paper into her basket. Then, with a graceful flourish of her long, glossy hair, she departs in angry silence. I'm trying to come up with a suitable insult for a final charge, but nothing good comes to my mind. Frankly, I'm getting a bit scared. The daughter of a respected clan, blah blah, in short, the local queen bee, exactly. And I got in a quarrel with her, literally on the second day of living here. Is there a chance she actually wasn't staring anywhere? I mean, you never know how many people stroll around the city dressed in red. Not many people. And I'm even sure what I've seen. Am I even sure I've seen? Well, the answer is yes. Even if it had just been my imagination back then. I'm pretty confident about what happened now. The girl was definitely watching me, but she never said why. Maybe I should have saved the insults for later. Nah, oh well, I've lost a chance to get the answers either way. I spend an indecent amount of time by the toilet paper shelf just so I don't run into Fukuyama again. Then I move to the checkout, producing monthly amounts of doom and gloom. The saleswoman is polite and all, but I still get feelings she's denouncing me. Well, it figures. I made a scene in front of her, and I was very picky about the participants. The bell rings me farewell, and the shop door closes behind me. And... no way! I will not feel guilty! It's all her fault! It wasn't me who was staring at other people's windows. At least now I know the name of my personal pervert stalker, and maybe I managed to scare her enough to get her off my back. I try to forget this stupid situation, head home, but I'm going to talk about it later, and then later again, because that's the only thing that's on my mind, because I don't have a job. White fog. Nothing but white fog and... a voice? I have found you. I have finally found you. I had to keep searching for so long, with my pimple one near my mouth, but it's alright. Everything is going to be fine now. We will make everything right, and then we will be one, always. Together, one, right? No. But why? No, this cannot be. I can't believe this. We must be together. For the sake of us all. Exactly, I said no. I walk in the mist. And what a weird dream. I rub my eyes and stretch. The room is filled with the greyish white light I'm already used to. This means nothing has really changed outside. I mean, just how long till the snow melts away? It's almost the middle of spring already. Never thought it would be this cold around here. Getting out of a warm bed feels like a chore, but I can't force myself to sleep again either. Whenever I close my eyes, that weird dream comes back to my mind. I don't think this kind of stuff happens to me often. The memory of the dream seems very clear and detailed. Just as if it was more of a memory than an actual dream. I pat my cheeks. Yeah, always good to pat yourself every once in a while. Although, for me, it's very... not prickly, but not that smooth because of all the hair. Yeah, June, that's right. And there's also a one-legged ghostly midget in your living room. Stop going on about midgets. There's nothing wrong with midgets, but it's the quantity in which you keep mentioning them which makes it feel discriminating. And ghosts as well. Although this is a horror game, so yeah. Maybe I just got bored. This dream is the strangest thing that happened to me after that memorable encounter at the store. I think the blankets over you and the lack of clothing afterwards is stranger. Seems like both the local ghosts and the local perverts got tired of me real soon. That is, if they even exist in the first place. It hasn't even been a week since I moved in, but I'm not quite sure if everything happened just as I remember it. I'm not complaining or anything. Not at all. A quiet life is just what I wanted. I just have to admit that most of the highlights of my life here happened in my imagination. Should I try drawing manga horror stories? Well, I have to make a living one way or another. I mean, why not? Goes something like a lonely yet beautiful mangaka living in a savage wilderness. Bone-chilling, spine-tingling stories of a mysterious girl who... What was that? Loud noise from the outside interrupt my musings of a new and dizzying career. Oh? Now that's really strange. During my time here, I got used to a special kind of silence. In Versailles, the sound of a page being turned is a deafening crash, literally. And those new sounds give me a feeling I'm missing a giant killer alien worms invasion happening at this very moment. Where does your mind go to at some time? Sometimes I hurry to the window, and here is a truck? Figures. And I was thinking, why does the house feel like it's about to go down? A huge truck is parked at the house next to mine, although next is a figure of speech, as the gaps between the houses here are very generous. My heart suddenly starts pounding. Workers gab back and forth around the house, switching old rubbish for new furniture. Looks like I'm about to have neighbours. Let me guess. That red-coated individual that we went into in the store yesterday. Now that I had tons of friends back in the city, but, well, I'd love to see a friendly face once in a while. That would be a great change in my snowdrifts and meter-long icicle routines. Small joys of social life are what keeps us human in this snowy middle of nowhere, yep. Wait a sec, June, you're getting ahead of yourself. You don't even know who those people are. What if they are, yeah, what you think they are? When it all happened, I used to shudder whenever my phone shows any signs of life. I did change my number, of course, and only the closest relatives got the new one. And yet, I was afraid to pick up the phone every time. I was afraid that instead of my aunt's voice, I might hear someone else. Someone who would threaten me. Someone who might know where to find me. The whole idea was pretty vague, but it got me nervous anyway. What if someone found out where I live now? What if they're going to ruin my new life too? What should I do? What should one do in this scenario? I'll try starting my day as usual, but as I do the chores, that nasty thought keeps nibbling on me. My progress of tidying up the house is far from impressive. All I managed to do is sort a couple of boxes and clean up a couple of rooms, and then, digging through the old stuff in one of the rooms, I find a pair of binoculars. You could do some bird watching, or some watching people. Should I? Are you okay, though? Are you okay, though? No, I shouldn't. Most definitely. Will I do it anyways? Absolutely. Damn it. You okay? What a disgrace. I'm standing at the window on the second floor. My fingers are suddenly cold, gripping the binoculars real tight. I can't convince myself to look into it, but I can't put it aside either, so I'm going to spy on the neighbours, like the pervert you is. Yikes! How am I any better than that girl from the store? They haven't really moved in yet, and I'm already acting loony. What if someone notices? What if I'm discovered? These facial expressions are so priceless. With the big white eyes as well. And anyway, this is just so very wrong, but what if these people are up to something sketchy? Those houses that completely abandoned must be empty for a very long time. The perfect place for any criminal to thrive. Why would someone move in right now? Are they trying to get close to me? Maybe it's the paparazzi. Or blackmailers. They'll be lurking over windows with a camera. Probably wait until I lose my grip. And probably some strategically important piece of clothing. And then... there's no other way. I have to find out what they're up to. Surely I could wait until we move in and go meet them in person, but who knows what lies behind the facade? Professional blackmailers probably know how to act nice and get close to the victim. And then you'll suddenly turn into... What is this? What kind of fantasies do you put yourself within, June? Honestly, you can't fool me, got it? Probably only show their true selves when they think no one is watching them. Does that mean my real self is a paranoid stalker with issues of every sort? No! I should probably yell in lower voice, else they'll surely notice me. Okay, never mind. Come on, June, focus. In for an inch, in for a mile, right? I'm not doing this on a hedonistic whim. I'm doing this because my safety is in question, period. I hold the binoculars even tighter and lean against the window. And... while I was questioning my morals and making life choices, the truck managed to leave. The night is definitely still young, but I'm pretty surprised it's here already. Gee, time sure flies when you're having a mental breakdown. The light is on in the house next door, and that works out to my advantage. Even better, my neighbours are in no hurry to draw the curtains. At this point, I almost appreciate the cooperation. Everything's going great, except the neighbours themselves are nowhere to be seen. Damn it! I just want to get this over with. I need to make sure my new neighbours are ordinary people with no malicious intents in mind. But something wrong with that, is there? I gaze at the glowing rectangles at the window until I finally see a figure in one of them. It's you! It's her! Exactly. There, yes, that's her. There can be no doubt that it's Fukuyama Rin in flesh, the hairness of an old clan. Always going about names, stuff like that. Who's really fond of looking at other people's windows, and the first confirmed pervert next door in my life. I clenched her with binoculars that have glued. How did she manage to do this? Oh right, her family must be filthy rich by local standards. Of course she had no trouble renting, or even buying a puny old wreck like this. She's definitely plotting something against me. And I've done nothing to her. In the meantime, Fukuyama is busily rummaging through her closet. Her damn closet. I can't believe her stuff, and she herself has every legal right to be located this close to me from now on. I can't get rid of her now, can I? She'll be able to stare at me out of her windows all day long. Does she think I'm her personal reality show or something? What do I do with this? I think you're overreacting, June. Oh, I know. I'll keep the curtains shut all the time. But in this case, the house will get really creepy. I'll probably just wither here without the sunshine. Damn stalkers. What should I do? What should we do? Fukuyama disappears from sight. No matter how hard I try finding the right angle, I fail to spot her. Lurking, are we? She's definitely gone doing the creepy stuff. I mean, she's probably busy decorating a stalker room with my pictures everywhere. Really? I don't think she's even got any pictures of you. Or set up cameras to spy on me all day and night. Never mind, I'll figure out her cunning plan. You want war, Fukuyama? You'll get one. She might think she's got the upper hand, but she has no idea I have an ace up my sleeve. And what is that ace? I know her weak spot. What is that? Fame is a medal with two sides. I'll keep an eye out for as long as it takes. Exactly. I know for a fact she'll make a mistake at some point. When she does, I'll take pictures and make videos too and post them up on YouTube. Yeah, you want me? Come get me and I'll get the dirt. Yeah. I get my phone camera ready and wait. And time goes by and Fukuyama still doesn't show up. My back and everything below is stiff and sore, but I'm still sitting in ambush like a real hunter. Just when I start pondering if she's gone digging an underground pasture or something, Fukuyama finally reappears. And she's that. She's definitely that. I think the binoculars making it slightly less skin revealing. Oh, there's a towel. But still I see a lot more than I intended. Stop staring! Would you just... Oh my gosh, we can control where we're going with this. No! Let me not, I guess... Oh gosh, okay. Let's move on. Can she be aware I'm watching? Maybe she's embarrassing me to undermine my morale. If so, I must admit that she succeeded. Or maybe she's one of my fans after all, she's trying to win my heart this way. No, I'm not like that. Wave your curvy parts my way wins you nothing. Nothing, I'm not buying it. Don't even expect me to come round to your house and pounce on you in a fit of wild, mind-breaking passion or something exactly. If you seriously came up with such a thought, you read too much manga. Like yourself, June. And not of a decent type, I must say, like you, June. Is Fukuyama an otaku pervert, like that and all? Well now, that's very likely. But maybe she wasn't aiming to undermine anyone's moral or win any hearts. I mean, there's a chance she just took a shower and completely forgot about the curtains. Just like I did on my on my first night in the house. I'm sitting on the floor, my face burning, and I failed to figure out what I've got myself into. Goodness sakes. Before I can convince myself to pick up the binoculars again, it gets pitch dark outside. I feel terrible, but I have too many visions, and I can't unsee what I've seen anyway. I need to find out what's going on. If I realise that Fukuyama is really an innocent lamb, which I strongly doubt, that's when I feel guilty. Maybe I'll even admit what happened and apologise, but for now, this is pure self-defense. I'll bring the binoculars close to my eyes. A pair of lenses are looking at me from the neighbour's window. Of course, they don't float in the air freely, but insert into a pair of binoculars, and one who's holding them is Fukuyama. I see you see me. Hello, it's getting harder for me to breathe. Is that out of shame or out of anger? This I don't know, as I'm about to explode with both. I slide to the floor under the window like a melted ice cream on a hot summer day. And your face is burning up. Just how could she do that? How could I do that exactly? How am I going to look people in the eye now? She'll probably tell everyone about what happened. Tomorrow morning they'll be writing about it. I get lost in thought for a moment. Can a small town like this have its own online media? Or forums maybe? Or maybe people here who are more in traditional newspapers, like the ones actually made of paper? I grab my head. What am I thinking? Okay, never mind. This cheeky girl won't get me confused. She was going to spy on me after all, and you're not spying on her. From the very beginning, I have nothing to be ashamed of, but that's still very embarrassing. Okay, fine, enough of this. I must go talk to her face to face. I need to finally know what's her business with me. And I also need her to start pulling the curtains before she gets blah, blah, blah. Yes, right now I'm going to ding dong. Someone's ringing my doorbell. I mean, pretending to be dead is always an option. No. Pull yourself together, June. Pull yourself together. This is not... Yeah, we live in a society. Yeah, pull yourself together. Go and answer that doorbell right now. Personnel. I get up and waddle on my wobbly legs to open the door. And hi. On my doorstep, I find no other than Fukuyama herself, standing in silence. Just a couple moments of the silence was enough to make me yield. I can explain. You should leave immediately. Now that's a twist. I was expecting all sorts of things, but that's just insolent. Who does she think she is? What? No, I don't think so. No way. I had enough time to learn thinking it's not your forte. Starting with trite insults, are we, Fukuyama? She's just have enough self-respect to come up with something fresh. I mean, I get it. Living with a big, sweaty wad of money for brains must be real hard. But tell you what, if you think you could kick me out of my own house, you're dead wrong. So you're the heiress? Of course, I should have guessed. Is that some sort of veiled insult? Insult? No, not at all. I'm simply stating a fact. You're as hard-headed as the rest of your family. Maybe you're into dark rituals too. Dark? What? What are you talking about? Should I call the police or you'd settle for a mental ward? Settle for a mental ward? Really though, is this some cultist village after all? No, that doesn't seem right. A dark mage, miserable as she is, still needs resources, and this one was neither intelligent nor spiritual power. What are you going on about? So could it be she's here by accident after all? Are you even listening to me? Could this clan have degenerated so quickly? Amazing. Listen, I'm sorry I saw you naked. What? No. That's a bad way to put it. Not actually naked, but half naked as a towel. I really didn't mean to, I'm sorry, but you're taking this too personally. You can't exhale everyone what's yours. Anyway, it was purely coincidental. You started this, okay? Enough. For your own sake, pack up and leave now. Is that a threat? What if I say no, Fukuyama? What will you do then? You may have the whole town in your pocket, but this house is private property. I'm well aware of that. When my family was buying up these damned houses, but there was only one family refusing to sell. Yours. Right. Then what's your problem? I don't know what you're trying to do, but I suggest you get out of here, for your own sake and so on. What am I trying to do? Don't you get it yet? I'm trying to protect you, you idiot. Protect me? Protect me from what? Did you catch a single word of what I said? This house is cursed. What? Your house is cursed. Clear enough? Am I speaking slowly enough? Oh, that's just stupid. Stupid, huh? Is that so? You've been living here for a week now. Tell me, have you seen anything strange in this house? Nope, I haven't seen anything strange in this house. Just stuff that's outside the house that's strange. Well, you have. That's what I was talking about. I don't know what I've seen, okay? It could have been the lighting or just a fruit of a curse with your merry little family planted here in our town. Stop insulting my family! Your family has long insulted this town with their presence. I'm only telling you the truth about what they were and what they did. You have to accept it, since you insist on staying here. You cannot rewrite history, Yanasuri. I'm not Yanasuri. That may be so on paper, but to me, you'll just be another troublesome Yanasuri. At least until you come to your senses and move out. Assume you're capable of doing anything reasonable at all. I'm not going anywhere, period. Just why am I not surprised? Is that all you had to say? I have other things to take care of. Oh, I'm sure you do. Just keep in mind I will be covering my windows from now on. I sure hope you will. Why are you so stubborn? Why are you people always investing money? Wait. Are you tired of having a full set of fingers or something? What? What I'm tired of is you being deaf in both ears. What do you even want from me? You don't like me and it's mutual. Why don't we just go to our corners and pretend the other doesn't exist? For generations my family has taken care of this land and all of its inhabitants, no matter who they are. You wouldn't understand. Yeah, I do have a hard time understanding why you have to pick on people you don't even know. Now, are you done with edgy monologues? Anything else to add for real though? I have to go. I see a dark entity in this house. It is asleep now, but that won't last. Ever since you moved in, it's getting bigger. It is gaining strength. I cannot name the exact day, but soon it will wake up. So very soon, Yansui. My ancestors sealed it inside. Would you stop it and just get to the point? Those inside the house. You're not telling me you're in danger. Should you be inside the house when it wakes up, the curse will haunt you. And whenever you go, whenever you try to hide, there will be no safe havens for you anymore. Spirits? Curses? What's she even talking about? But she's right, I have to admit, that could have explained a lot. Heck no. For some reason, this girl needs me to move out, so she's doing her dirty tricks. I don't know what she's up to exactly, but I'm not falling for it. And besides, I can't. I'm not leaving. I have nowhere to go, okay? So that's how it is. Really? I won't take handouts, especially not from someone like you. Yasui, this is serious. Aren't you going to do anything at all? It's always just nonsense. And anyway, what can I do? Well, considering you don't feel like doing what's right, that's a complicated question. I would like to see the house for a start. And I'd like to keep my house free of shady characters. Shady? Who do you call... Fine, whatever. Say what you want, idiot. Well then, or I can suggest that you keep an eye on your electronic device and keep a light source handy. Oh, and the windows, keep them shut at night. Yeah, right. You forgot to mention, don't let the maniacs in and don't carry your phone in your back pocket. Got it? Have a good night. I finally shut the door. Fukuyama's fingers are no longer on it, which is a shame. Whew, that was hard. I plop the door of my bag and sink to the floor. I'd rather deal with 500 boxes than 5 minutes of Fukuyama. Curses this, dark entities that, she's definitely a mess in the head. I mean, weird things do happen in this house from time to time, but I wonder if Fukuyama herself has any faith in what she's saying. Or is it part of some crazy plan? Could she be the one behind all the weirdness? Maybe she has to set it up somehow. Could this be some sort of prank? She might have been making a video this whole time to cyberbully me all over the internet. What kind of game are you playing, Fukuyama? I have to admit that girl managed to scare me a little. If not for a stupid recommendation at the end of her little show, I might have been impressed. Keep the windows shut at night. I mean, really? What kind of fool would leave them open in this weather anyway? Exactly. And the fervent rent on the family honour and all. Family honour, my eye. She's total Akatu, and should cut reading creepy stuff like you, June. What? There's a folded piece of paper laying on the floor beside me. I'm pretty sure it wasn't here before. Someone must have slipped a note under the door. Someone, yeah. Is she eavesdropping again? Fukuyama! I'm talking myself, not you! I swing the door open, but there's no one behind it. I must have discovered the paper too late. Don't tell me it's... The note is, in fact, from Fukuyama. It has her digits and a few words written by hand. Call me if anything strange happens. Was this all just an excuse to hand me a phone number? I say this move is far from smooth. What am I supposed to do with a MacGriffin like that? Well, leaving the trash in the hallway won't do. I shove a note in my pocket, of course, just to throw away sometime later. Yeah, of course. If you're not fond of her, then you should just throw it away right now. Oh, dearie me, this is all too much. All too much for one head like mine. The shreds of white fog line the ground. Here and there, stones loom out of it. What are those stone figures? All of them are shattered. What was that? It's hard to make it out. Deep in the fog, there drifts a short, abrupt sound, like dogs barking. There's a table set right in the middle of a foggy field. You again? Go away! You've come just in time. I've got everything ready. Here, have some of these. Refuse! The barking leaps out of the fog, getting louder and louder. They are coming. They know where you are. Rancid, hot air burns at the ear. The Mars snaps his teeth. And then something happens. Good morning to me. Strange enough, Fukuyama doesn't appear at my doorstep or outside my window anymore. It's only when I glance at her glowing windows, totally by accident, her presence gets obvious. That girl, though, she could be living anywhere else. She could even leave the town, I guess. Whatever silly game she's playing, I wonder if it's really worth it. Yeah, that's definitely not the kind of neighbour I was dreaming of. Well, there's nothing I could do about it anyway. At least she's staying away from me. That's her way of being nice, I guess. Yeah, her way of being nice. Righty, folks. We're going to come back to the video with this beautiful scenery in front of us for the next time. Thank you so much for watching, folks. There's a link down in the description below where you'll be able to find this game for yourselves and purchase it for yourselves. And we shall see each other in the next time of Chasing Tales or whatever video it may be. Have a lovely day and take care of yourselves.